What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you as always for checking out today's lesson. Please click subscribe if you haven't already done so, just to stay updated with the newest videos that I load. Now today we're looking at a traditional side dish that's often used in British cooking. It's very versatile, can be used with many different dishes, however there is one in particular that it is often associated with. I'm going to give you a clue. Think of the seaside, if you've ever been to the seaside. You'll know it is a seagull's favourite food. What am I thinking of? Fish and chips. Very good. Hopefully you shouted out fish and chips. And today we're going to have a look at how to make the mushy peas. Now the mushy peas offer a perfect contrast to the crispy fish alongside the potato wedges. It provides a lot of moisture and some extra flavour. And today I've given it a slight twist, which I'm hoping you will appreciate once you give it a go. So, as always, let's get the pen and paper ready. Make sure we watch the video all the way through before beginning the cooking process, and let's have some fun. Are you ready? Let's go. So for today's lesson, we will need a sharp knife, a weighing scale, a measuring jug, a mixing bowl or a weighing bowl, and a chopping board. Ingredients needed for today: 25 grams of butter, 2 cloves of diced garlic, some fresh mint or some dried mint, or a combination of both. This is the fresh mint. I bought my mint from Aldi, however you can pick it up at most supermarkets, including Asda, Tesco, Lidl or Sainsbury's. Now once chopped, it equates to around 1 tablespoon. Some double cream is essential for today's recipe, and some garden peas or marrow fat peas are even better. So we just need to organise the table by moving the food and equipment to the left hand side that isn't being used to make room for the weighing scale. We're going to begin by weighing the peas. So take the bowl, place on top of the scale, turn the scale on and make sure the meter reading is accurate and stay steady at 0. Now it's roughly 100 grams per person, so I wanted 2 portions today, so I've measured 200 grams. Feel free to times how many portions you want by 100. Again, marrow fat peas are more traditional, however not always as easily found in the supermarket, especially in the frozen section, so if not, garden peas are just as good. They are slightly larger than petit pois and the usual peas that you might have in your freezer, so please, if you can, find them. However, it's not the end of the world. Any peas will do. Now, I'm aiming for 200 millilitres. Again, 100 millilitres per 100 grams of peas, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Double cream is going to provide a velvety texture and a lot of flavour, a very rich flavour. This is what transforms the peas in my opinion. I definitely recommend trying it if you can. Okay, so I've taken a heavy bottom saucepan and it's relatively deep, and now I'm adding the garlic. Garlic was chopped and diced using the technique outlined in my other videos, so feel free to watch them. Now we organise the table to make sure everything is arranged to the left-hand side of the hob, and you can see we're good to go. We've got a hand blender there as well, ready for later use, because we are going to be pureeing some of the peas just to make them a little bit thicker and give it that traditional texture of mushy. Can't be a mushy pea without a bit of mush. So let's get cooking. Pan handle is facing the side. In the pan, we've got the butter, which is the fat, the saturated fat that we're going to be frying with, and the garlic. Now, this is going to take roughly around 2 minutes, just until the garlic has started to turn brown. So, again, make sure the pan handle is facing the side. Coat the bottom of the pan with the butter. Turn the gas on to a medium heat. Garlic has been selected today, again, for flavour. Lots and lots of flavour with these garlic cloves, so I do recommend it. If you don't have access to fresh garlic, you could always use garlic powder or garlic paste. However, the garlic paste does tend to have some additives like vinegar, which I think would take away from the overall taste. So try and steer clear of that if you can, but it's still an okay option. Okay, so after around 2 minutes of frying, the garlic we can see is starting to turn brown, and we don't want it to burn, so we need to move on to the next stage. What I'm going to do is pick the pan up and take it to the left-hand side away from the fire, because whenever you add ingredients to the pan, you must always make sure to add it away from the fire. We don't want it going on the hob. It creates a mess. It could also create a hazard. Now it's time to add the minty cream. So I recommend organising this beforehand and having it on the side of the table ready to pour in after the garlic is finished. So we're going to mix it up, the mint and the cream, just to allow those flavours to seep into the cream, and then we pour it into the pan. Try and get every bit out. We don't want to waste that cream. Remember, the cream is the fat extracted from milk, so double cream is particularly high in fat. You could always use single cream should you want to reduce the overall calorie content and the amount of fat in the diet. It's especially good for people with type 2 diabetes, heart disease, or on a weight loss diet. Something to consider. So once boiling, turn the heat down to a simmer and cook the peas for around 3 to 4 minutes until soft. We do want some of the water from the cream to evaporate. We don't want it to be too watery, so around 3 to 5 minutes should be ideal. You can always check by giving it a little taste, making sure the peas are nice and soft. So after 3 to 5 minutes, the peas are nice and soft, and we can see that quite a bit of the liquid has evaporated. So now it's finished. Really simple. However, it's not looking very mushy, so we're going to mush it up a bit by taking a hand blender, making sure that the cable has no breaks or snaps and it's securely plugged in. We get blending. Now we want to blend around roughly 50% of the peas. So don't blend all of the peas, just around 50%. It's good to have a combination of both mushy and original peas. Tap the blender against the side of the pan to remove the excess, and then carefully remove the lid, and obviously do not put it in the sink, guys. It's an electrical item. Remove the top, clean that, and then put it back on later. Now here we can see, okay, a nice velvety, smooth, but very thick and mushy pea. So there we have it, a really simple mushy pea recipe full of flavour and really good addition to a main meal. Fish and chips part 2 is coming up, so please check for that video on the channel list. As always, thank you for watching. I hope you've learned something, and most importantly, get cooking. See you later.